What's going on, fantasy football? It's your boy Hot Soup, and I'm coming to you live with my favorite episode from week 15. I told you so. Yeah. We're going to go over our top five starts and our top five sits from last week. We're going to see how your boy fared off. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out right now, man. Your boy was 70%. That's right. We back winning in the playoffs. So I hope you listen to me, because if you didn't, I told you so. Yeah. Our number one player that I told you must start in week 15 was Rico Dowdle, and I was correct. Rico Dowdle ended up the number 12 overall running back. That's right. That is a high end RB2. He would have been a top end RB1 if he would have fell into the end zone, but he still got it in. And when I say he got it in, 25 touches, I told you the volume would be high, and it was. Yardage total 149 yards for Rico Dotto. Keep him in your lineups. He scores a touchdown and he's top 3 this week. Yeah. 14.9 fantasy points. That is a hit for the Supe Rico Suave. Yeah. Our next player that I told you you must start. He burnt me, but not too bad. He still ended up a hit because he was a wide receiver 3, DJ Moore. DJ Moore ended up with 11 touches. That was more than I forecasted. 70 yards. He missed the end zone. What can I say, man? He still got you 11 fantasy points. In a PPR, it was even higher. That's right. He was a hit for me. He was number 30th overall receiver in fantasy scoring, wide receiver 3. He wasn't a high score like we expected, but he was a hit. But in Hot Soup mind, DJ, we need more. Like how I did that. Yeah. Our number 3 player that I said you must start, burn me this week. Tua Tagovailoa. Let's call him terrible Tagovailoa through 3 picks this week, man. 3 picks, 196 yards, 1 touchdown, 6.84 fantasy points. Ended up number 25 overall. For those of you that I told you must start Tua and you did, I apologize. Hey, man, the defensive matchup said play Tua. Everything was pointing to start Tua. Tua. And this fool went head first to get a first down this week. I don't know, man. Last week you was looking good. You was thinking. This week you like, let me put my head out there to get concussed. It is what it is, man. The guy's bipolar. Terrible Tua. And our next player was a hit for your boy. Ooh. I told y'all get Jarrod Judy in them lineups, and I hope you did. The man had 14 targets, 11 receptions for 108 yards. He didn't get a touchdown, but he still scored 16.3 fantasy points. He was number 17 overall. That is a wide receiver, too. Get in that end zone, boy. That boy is talking. Listen, Jarrod Judy is a must start. Even if Jameis had a bad game, the man still is targeting Judy. It is what it is. Get him in your lineups, set it, lock it, and love it. Our last player that burnt me, all he needed to do was get in the end zone 1 yard. They're on the 1 yard line, and all you got to do is hand it off to Brian Robinson, who you gave the ball 24 touches to, and y'all throw it. I don't know what Washington was on, man. I'm going to be honest with you. He should have fell in the end zone. He would have been a top 10 play this week. Brian Robinson Jr. ended up with 24 touches, 87 yards, 10.2 fantasy points, ended up number 23, falling outside a RB2. That is a miss for me. I apologize, y'all, who thought we was going to have a big game. But B-Rob was only missing that touchdown to get him where he had to be. Hey, man, the touches is there. I continue to start him with confidence going into week 16. Those are our top 5 starts that I had. I went 3 for 5 on the top 5 starts. On the sits, I went 4 for 5 this week. Ooh, the soup was hot. Yeah, let's talk about it. Our top 5 sits, I missed on our first one. Look, everything was pointing to A.J. Brown having a big game, man. He's calling for the ball. We know what happens every time A.J. calls for the ball. A.J. had a decent game. but Devontae Smith went ape shit. Devontae Smith, 12 touches, 110 yards and a touchdown. Devontae Smith owners have been waiting for that. I messed up and benched him, but good thing the league I benched him in, I still made it to the next round. It is what it is, man. Shots out to Devontae Smith. Jalen Hurts sits down at the press table. First thing come out his mouth. That's what y'all wanted to see, huh? Yeah, that's what we wanted to see. Everybody who drafted your ass wanted to see that. We know what it is. Yes, sir. Number 6 overall fantasy score was Devontae Smith. It was a miss for me, but about to rattle off these 4 straight hits. Here we go. Who started Tyrone Tracy? Who was in my inbox like, you benching Tracy? You a fool. Nah, you the fool. Tyrone Tracy this week, 11 touches, 35 yards, 4 points. 45 overall. That is a RB5 this week, man. Tyrone Tracy, I told you so. Our next player that I said you must bench. Again, all in my inbox. Man, are you nuts? He's been balling. Let Russ cook. Shit. Russ wasn't cooking shit. No Pickens, no 50-50 balls. Russ, 141 yards and a touchdown. 8.42 fantasy points, number 22 overall. He was a QB3. I told you so. And DeAndre Swift. Hey, as I said on the show, go back and check it. I say he's going to get the volume. He'll get decent yardage, but he is not going to score a touchdown against that defense. Nobody scores a touchdown on Minnesota. And I was right. I told you so. DeAndre Swift, 20 touches, 89 yards, 9.4 fantasy points. That is a hit. He was the number 27 overall running back in fantasy scoring in week 15. Soupy. Yeah. And our last player stunk up the place, as I said he would. Again, Smith and Jigma had more yards, more targets, more catches, and more points. DK Metcalf, Falaparuski. DK Metcalf, 3 receptions, 28 yards, 4.3 fantasy points, ended up number 65. You could have picked 64 receivers that did better than DK in week 15, man. Look, I ain't no prophet. I'm just a soup, man. And I told you so. Those are our top 5 start, top 5 sits. I told you so episode. I just went 7 for 10. So you better go and check me out later on this week on our top 5 starts, top 5 sits for week 16. It's the playoffs. It's time. Study long and you study wrong. Come check us out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Like and subscribe. It's your boy Soupy, and I'm out.